Hi, I'm Mr. Law. Today we're going to start working with the DiskSander. The DiskSander is a tool that will be used mostly for doing some rough sanding or some semi-finish sanding while you're working at this particular item. What you have to do is look at some of the safety features that you're going to be dealing with before you start the actual process of doing any sanding. One of the things that you have to keep in mind is you have to keep your work area clean. The table area has to be clean, as well as your floor area. The floor area, as you can take a look at it, you can see the area is clean of any debris or any dirt and dust. It also is marked as a safety lane. You are the only person that's supposed to be in the work area at this particular time. Therefore, make sure that you are the only person in here. Also, as you start working with this particular piece of tool, keep in mind of the operation and some of the other safety features that you have. One of the safety areas that we have here is the work surface. In the area here, we have a line marked here. The machine on this particular area is always going to be sanding in a downward motion. The rotation is similar to this. You want to be working on this side. The part over here that has the red line here is called a danger zone. You do not want to be sanding at that particular place. Prior to doing any sanding, what you want to do is you want to adjust also your guard. Your guard is adjusted with two knobs on the side. Loosening the two knobs, you can lower it down to where it is easy to see, as well as you have protection from the revolving disc. Once this is adjusted, at this particular time, you are now ready to check to see if anything else is in the way or prior to starting. Down below here, you have the start button and the stop button. When you are going to be ready to start working with your particular piece of work, you want to start right here by pushing the button. You start your machine. Okay, when it reaches full speed, that is when you are ready to start working with this particular item. Now, this particular item, you can use it to do edge work or slightly rounded or curved work. On this particular one, you want to make sure you're working on this side of the safety zone. So if I'm working on here, I can be working on this. The disc rotates in this direction. I'm going to be wanting to work on the downward motion of the disc. Also, while you are doing this, you want to keep the piece moving. If you stop, it'll give you flat spots or it could possibly gouge your piece of work. So you want to keep it moving. When you start working with edge work, such as this, okay, you want to take it in and slowly apply it into the disc so that you can start the sanding process. You do not want to force it in, push it hard, because the amount of material you take off will be determined by how much pressure you apply on the disc. From here, after you have made your sanding parts or anything else that you may have, then you want to go down, shut the machine off. Okay, this machine takes a long time before it stops. So therefore, to stay here with the machine or follow the procedure that we want to do, you would need to stay with the machine until it stops at most times. Now, you can see the disc is almost stopped at this point. When it is finished stopping, this is when you can leave the area or you can start any cleanup or any other possible adjustments. Do not try to take your piece of wood and shove it in here to slow the disc down so it'll stop faster. That will only cause a dangerous situation where it could fly up, it could hit you, it could fly away from you. Now, after this is stopped, if I needed to make any adjustments at this particular time, I could make adjustments to my guarding if I needed to, Or if I wanted to come in and clean the area at this particular time, I could come in with a broom and I could clean the area up. Some of the things that you have to keep in mind is keep in mind that you need to pay attention to your work while you are working with this. Do not allow distractions beside you get in the way so that you can possibly be distracted and not be watching where your hands are. Your hand position is extremely important. You should have your hands either behind the piece of wood here or off to the side, but not directly in line with the rotation. You don't want to have your hands getting pulled into the sander and getting hurt. Any other thing is, you may want to, we want to make sure that also the vacuum gate is open. We pull this open, therefore all the sanding dust and all the debris that you may have coming off the machine is going to be taken care of, and it's going to be going away from the machine. Therefore, you won't have a dirty area when you get finished with this. This machine can do a lot of work for you. It can help you very easily and quickly, but you have to be careful.